Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg will today hear a legal challenge against the conduct of Operation Dudula and some of its office bearers. The application by Kopanang Africa against xenophobia, the South African
Operation Dudula has been sued by some foreigners who own Spaza shop in South Africa. They said these people are treating them in a way that is not appealing, that the way that they are violating their human rights is not allowed. So they sue these people to court. Like seriously, suing the people that owns the country you are living to court. I don't know what to make of it. Hi beautiful people, welcome back again to the space. This is your getting out a little bit of everything. In case you are seeing this face for the very first time, like I do say, please do not make it your last. Do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you always be the first to get notified each time I upload a video. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back to come watch my videos. Because of the occurrence of things happening in South Africa, whereby the people of the country, some patriotic alliance, the Dudulas, Operation Dudulas, that do not want foreigners, especially the illegal ones. So those people that own shops, that owns all the Spaza shops, they came together and they said, what these people are doing is not right. So we are going to sue them. Hey. So now they have taken these people to court so that they can fight for their human rights. I don't know, I'm not against anything, but the truth is that, are you fighting for your human rights in another man's country? I don't know, I don't actually know, but please pardon me, I'm not pardon me. Anyway, let's watch this video. I'll come back.
The problem of xenophobia in South Africa is substantial. Even when we do not see large outbreaks of violence, we must remember that stigmatization against foreign nationals, hate crime against foreign nationals, and indeed even more low-level types of violence against foreign nationals are an ongoing problem in South Africa, even if it does not break out into the news, although thankfully you've brought this important issue to national attention.
Yeah, well, the conversation continues because there's still more questions and answers at this point, given the realities on the ground. I wonder, how could a legal victory for Kopanang set a precedence against systemic xenophobia in South Africa? But in the same breath, if we're even looking at the socio-political, economic conditions that are enabling this precedence, perhaps in relation to the systemic xenophobia in South Africa, what do you think is coming through to the fore as we're speaking?
So you've raised the issue of socioeconomic conditions and how they are driving xenophobia. So we need to look at two distinct phenomena. So one is violence, xenophobic violence. Now, xenophobic violence is associated with socioeconomic deprivation. The higher the deprivation, the greater the likelihood of violence. Negative attitudes or antipathy towards international migrants, that is not associated with deprivation. Rich people, poor people, black people, white people, old people, young people. This type of prejudice does not discriminate based on class. So we have to be quite clear that these are two sort of separate phenomena. And indeed, solving the problem of xenophobia means both addressing xenophobic violence, but also the underlying prejudice that lies at the heart of this type of hate crime.
Thank you for speaking to that and for setting that context, because if we're looking at how these conditions then enable the rise of populists and the hijacking of emotions as well. So I'm questioning the inaction from government versus the rights to civil movements being silenced as well. I mean, let's unpack that a little bit further, but also, why these organizations are being targeted versus systemic governance failures as well that are left unchallenged. Is that stretching a bit too far? Tell us a little bit more.
Well, firstly, we have to understand that the government does have a national action plan targeted at fighting xenophobia, as well as other forms of prejudice in South Africa, such as racism and racial intolerance. So there is an action plan dedicated to solving this problem. The question, of course, confronts us is, has enough resources been given to making sure this national action plan succeeds? What policies can we implement as a society which will help us tone down xenophobia in our country? We must remember that we are not the only society in the world that suffers from this problem. One only has to turn on the news to look at places like the United States to see that xenophobia is not just a South African problem, but a problem of many nations. Now, obviously, legal court challenges are very significant. The use of the courts to protect vulnerable minorities, vulnerable groups in our society, is one of the landmark victories of the South African Constitution, and we can feel a lot of pride that our legal system is protecting vulnerable groups in our society. But if we want to see real, meaningful systemic change, we need to confront public prejudice on this issue and find a way of reducing public prejudice as the National Action Plan says we should.
Well,
sorry.
Yes, I'm going to have to leave it there because, to your point about whether the judiciary can in fact help prevent, mob injustice and also just protect the vulnerable communities. I mean, this is really what we're also trying to ascertain through this and what the precedence is going to be set. But thank you for your time.
The Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg will today hear a legal challenge against the conduct of Operation Dudula and some of its office bearers. The application by Kopanang Africa against xenophobia, the South African Informal Traders Forum, the Inner City Federation, and Abahlali Basemdondolo seeks to halt Operation Dudula from, among other things, intimidating, harassing, or assaulting individuals as they identify as being foreign nationals. The application also seeks to prevent Operation Dudula from interfering with the access of foreign nationals to healthcare services and unlawfully evicting foreign nationals from their homes. It also seeks orders to hold organs of state to account, such as the South African Police Services, for their alleged failure to reasonably investigate complaints against Operation Dudula, an organization that is opposed to undocumented migrants in South Africa.
That video is the situation of things for now. So tell me, what do you think? What the Spaza shops owner, these foreigners that own Spaza shop, what they are doing, is it right? Or what the people of South Africa are doing, is it right? What is your take? Thank you very much for watching this video. Like I do say, in case you're seeing my face for the very first time, please do not make it to the last. Just subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell so you always be the first to get notified each time I upload a video. Thank you very much. Don't forget to drop your comments. Which one do you prefer, or what is your take on everything? Thank you very much for watching this video. Bye for now.